Threats.
I'll smash his head.
Anger.
Get out of here!
Desperation.
I can't pay it.
What happens when debt
You think you can tear my family apart?
tracks you down?
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the Mayor.
Up and down the UK, we see Britain's most resilient High Court enforcement agents.
Whoa!
Dealing with every debtor's worst nightmare.
I've had a fortune in the past. Everything's gone.
Because if you can't pay,
All I did was look after Dad.
they'll take it away. Research has shown that more than 80% of small and medium-sized businesses are owed, on average, over £60,000 in unpaid invoices. 1 in 5 businesses say they are losing profits as a direct result of late payments. High Court enforcement agents Matt Highway and Gary Ball travel hundreds of miles each week across the West Midlands, collecting debts and seizing goods.
What number is it, mate?
141.
Today they're in Birmingham to recover a debt of more than £12,000 owed by shopkeeper Noman Chauhan to one of his suppliers. If Mr. Chauhan can't or won't pay, Gary and Matt have the power to seize stock from his accessory shop to offset the debt.
Morning.
Oh, you're expecting me?
I was actually. I was going to give you guys a call today.
Oh, cracking. Mr. Chauhan?
Yes, that's me, Mr. Chauhan.
No, man, yes. Hello, sir. My name's Mr. Highway, I'm a High Court enforcement agent. We're here today, sir, with the outstanding writ to collect an outstanding sum of £12,780.
See, I'm not sure who I've spoken to, but like...
9 pence.
It used to be my dad's shop just down the road, 2 doors away.
Right.
The debt was actually for that business that closed, I think, 4 years ago.
Right.
I don't know, for some reason they put my name on there.
Yeah.
I actually used to work there. I was studying at the time.
Okay.
I just used to help out. But obviously, it's my dad's business.
The writ is against you personally.
I've actually spoken to the Northampton County Court, basically.
Right.
I'm just waiting for their call.
Right.
They were supposed to appoint to stand aside over. I think it was...
Yeah, that'll be for an application to set aside the writ.
Mr. Chauhan says it's his father and not him who owes the money, and that he's appealed the case. But the writ is against Noman Chauhan, trading as Chauhan. And the agents have enough evidence to believe that they're in the right place.
So we're here to execute the writ. It's an outstanding balance of £12,782.79. Otherwise, we will be taking control of goods.
It's not my debt, mate. I'll be honest with you.
So I only have one question for you. Can you pay the outstanding balance?
can't.
Okay, so we're here to seize goods then, sir.
Yeah, just give me a second. Let me just speak to my
I'm looking at the side.
While Mr. Chauhan calls his father, the agents start to look around the shop for goods they could seize if there's no offer of payment. Matt immediately spots some car keys. But his actions haven't gone unnoticed.
Mate, you want to give my keys back to me, please?
No, at the minute they're seized, sir.
Well, they're not seized because it's not my car. It's a company car. Just give me my keys.
No, at the moment they're seized.
Give me my car keys.
No, at the
Don't come in here,
moment they're seized, sir.
Give me my car keys, mate.
No,
Give me
at
my
the
car
moment,
keys.
at the moment
Don't lend your keys.
they're seized. Can I have my writ back?
Don't
Thank
lend
you.
your keys, mate.
Thank you so much.
What's wrong with you, man? Seriously? I'm trying to explain something to you, yeah? It's got nothing to do with me.
I've listened to your explanation, but it doesn't make any sense. When enforcing a writ, we can see from experience if people's tensions are rising. You can see it in the way they're acting, their gestures, the way they're behaving, the volume of their voice. We're constantly of a calm manner all the way through the enforcement. We don't raise our voice, we don't shout and scream. That's not what we're there to do. We're there to calm the issue back down again and get on with what we're there to do.
As Mr. Chauhan says he can't pay, Gary heads out to find his car. But all he's got to go on is a Mercedes keyring.
Search for a Mercedes. Ah, there we are. It looks a nice Mercedes. 14 plate, E220.
If the car is free of finance, it can be seized to offset the debt. Gary heads back to the shop to do a finance check.
Good morning, Derek.
Good morning. Can you put me through to someone to do a HPI check, please? Yeah. Is it a fleet car, is it?
The car is on a lease agreement. As it isn't owned outright by Mr. Chauhan, it can't be seized. Now the agent's only option is to remove stock from the shop. But because the jewellery and shoes are of low value, they will have to take almost all of it to come anywhere close to clearing the £12,000 debt. Matt calls the office to authorise removal.
We're at the property at the moment. It's a shop selling Asian jewellery and shoes. There's absolutely no chance of payment, so we're going to be looking at removal stage, mate, on it.
Mr. Chauhan still seems reluctant to cooperate with the agents. As they start to pack up the assets, Mr. Chauhan suddenly closes the shutters and walks out, leaving an assistant behind to mind the shop.
I can't believe they've just gone. Or maybe they're at the bank withdrawing 12,000. You never know, do you? Stranger things have happened.
Gary, I found a lovely set for you here.
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
My weekend attire.
I think they call them a pendant drop.
Oh, a pendant drop?
Don't know how I know that, but...
Suddenly, the shop assistant hands Matt her phone.
Hello? Let me just take some details from you. Bear with me a second. Yeah.
An official from the county court is on the line.
Obviously, at this point in time, we're executing the writ here. Can you make sure the judge is aware of that as well?
The reason for Mr. Chauhan's quick disappearance is becoming clear.
Lovely, thank you. He says the defendant is in front of me, and in the next half an hour to 45 minutes, he's going to put him in front of a judge.
It seems that Mr. Chauhan is at the county court and has secured an emergency hearing to get the writ suspended. It's an unprecedented turn of events for the agents.
I've never heard that one before.
I've never heard that one before.
Especially that quick.
It's a new one on me.
While Matt and Gary wait to hear the outcome of the emergency hearing, they have the right to continue enforcement action.
To get a court appointment on the day of enforcement, I have never seen this happen before. But you just have to deal with that. There's a legal process that we have to stick to. Unless I've got a letter from the judge, we're not going to leave. We're going to stay. And we're going to execute this High Court writ.
But what happened next would take them both by surprise. 2 hours later, Mr. Chauhan suddenly returns with two of his brothers.
Are you back?
You want to get into it, man?
What's happened, bud?
What's happening, sir? You tell me what's happening, sir. You tell me what's happening.
Whoa!
Get the fucking idiot.
Don't touch me.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Wait.
Get out. Get the fuck out, Baldy. What the fuck is the sense of you? Dirty bastard. Get him out of my fucking shop. Get the fuck out of my shop, you son of a bitch.
This unusual case has suddenly taken a violent turn.
Hey, fuck, are you looking at you?
Oh, why, mate? Move out of the way.
It will take all of Matt and Gary's experience to get the situation back under control. High Court enforcement agents Gary Ball and Matt Highway were at an accessories shop in Birmingham to collect over £12,000 owed to a supplier by shopkeeper Noman Chauhan.
So I only have one question for you. Can you pay the outstanding balance?
Mr. Chauhan denied the debt was his,
It's got nothing to do with me.
and in an unprecedented move managed to get an on-the-spot hearing at the county court.
Half an hour to 45 minutes is going to put him in front of a judge.
I've never heard that one before.
But when he returned to the shop with his brothers, the situation turned violent, and Gary was assaulted.
Baldy,
Whoa!
get the fuck out of my shop, you son of a bitch. Get on me.
Oh, why, mate?
Wait.
Get out.
Now, Gary and Matt have got to get this debt recovery back on track.
Can I have the police, please? My name's Gary Ball, a High Court enforcement agent. I've just been assaulted.
With the police on their way, they need to find out what's been happening at the court.
You've been to court. What did the court say?
Can you read, you stupid fuck? Can you read? You dumb fucker.
The document is confirmation that the writ has been suspended, pending a further hearing.
I'll take a picture of it.
Idiot. Take a picture of
Right now, what do you want?
Idiots. Use your help.
The agents aren't able to continue enforcement action today. But the men aren't calming down.
Dumb fucker, use your brain. Use your brain, you dumb bastards.
At least you remember that.
You dumb bastards.
Fucking bastard.
Dumb bastard. Look at him, dumb
Bastard. Abuse the fucker. That's a bastard. Fat bastard, bailiff.
I do this every day of the week. He doesn't concern me. He doesn't concern me. He don't worry me one bit. When insults are flowing, I don't take it personally. There isn't anything anybody could call me I've not heard before. It's just the way people react sometimes. Unfortunately, it's part of life.
20 minutes later, the police finally arrive. And Mr. Chauhan immediately leaves the shop.
The guy that's assaulted my colleague is this guy in the black T-shirt. Has tried to leave the scene. Okay, Sam. Yeah, we called you. My name's Matthew Hire. I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent. It's my colleague, Mr. Ball. We've been here for a little while.
Yeah, I was doing some paperwork at the counter here. Next thing I know, I felt a punch or a slap or something in the back of my head. He grabbed me, was trying to throw me out. He's been arrested.
Yeah, he's with colleagues.
Outside, Mr. Chauhan's father arrives, just as his son is being handcuffed. He immediately starts abusing the agents himself.
Get lost.
Watch it, otherwise you'll end up getting yourself locked up as well.
You already bastard. Son of a bitch.
You're going to get yourself locked up if you carry on.
It's not nice to be assaulted. They had the result they wanted. They put a hold on the case. There was no reason whatsoever for him to come back in the way that he did and assault me. You know, they've got the letter from the judge. They could have just showed it us. We'd have took a picture and we would have left. But that's what he wanted to do, and he got arrested for it.
With the situation still volatile, the police advise Matt and Gary to leave the scene. As well as his court date to contest the debt, Mr. Chauhan could now face an assault charge.
When people start assaulting us, doing our job, then it's just not on, and we won't stand for it. And we have a policy to prosecute every time.
Got me right blinder, mate.
Did he?
Yeah. He just went to the back of me, blindsided me, whack.
Your son can go off to jail for the night.
The number of landlords in the UK who are owed money by their tenants is on the rise, with the average amount owed exceeding £1,600. With rents predicted to rise faster than house prices over the next 5 years, rent arrears are estimated to be the biggest problem facing landlords in 2017. High Court Enforcement Agents Steve Pinner and Max Caraher are in Bromley, South East London, with a writ to collect over £5,000 owed by Miss Frances Jackson to an ex-landlord.
This one is over unpaid rent. We're looking to collect £5,216.60.
The address is on a busy main road, protected by a security gate.
Hello, can anyone hear me? Do you think that buzzer's working?
Can't reach to knock on the door.
Nobody appears to be in. But moments later, there are signs of life.
A light's just come on in the top bedroom.
There's still no sign of Miss Jackson, so the agents change tactic.
Could we reposition the van so we're completely blocking the gates? Hopefully that'll gain some response.
The agent's move immediately pays off.
There we go. Hello, Miss Jackson. Hello, my name's Max Caraher. I'm a High Court Enforcement Agent.
Oh, yeah?
Francis, we've been sent out because you owe money totalling £5,216.60.
Yeah, I know
You
this.
know about
and
this?
I did text him and said that I was willing to pay him £50 a month.
£50 a month?
Yeah. I lost my job and I couldn't afford to stay in his house anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had to move out and he was amicable. There was no nastiness. And then I got a job and I texted him and said, look, I'm offering to pay you £50 a month. At the moment, that's all I can afford to pay.
As Miss Jackson's offer of £50 a month would take 8.5 years to pay off, the landlord escalated the case to the High Court to get his money back sooner. Now Steve and Max must get this case resolved today, one way or another.
That still leaves us in the situation that we need to collect on the just over £5,000.
Well, I haven't got anything.
Have you got anybody who you can call as a lifeline?
No, That's why I was paying monthly.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything. That's why I'm starting from scratch to try and build myself up again.
We're commanded to come to the property to see.
My property.
Is it
I
not?
just rent a room
Do you rent a room?
I haven't got anything. All the furniture in the room is the lady's.
Failing to collect on it, what we need to do is I have to call for removals to inspect goods in your room, see if there's anything worth us removing. It's not what I want to do at all, but I have no choice.
Mining, only my clothes. So what do? Take my car?
If that's my only option, then yes, I'll have to take your car.
With no means to pay and no assets in the house, the agents have no option but to seize Miss Jackson's car.
So what do I do now?
I'll probably call your employer to say that you won't be making it to work on time. My hands are tied in the matter.
No one I can get £5,000 off.
No.
Nobody I know. I bring home £1,100 a month.
Yeah.
Working 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
No, don't be silly. You don't have to say sorry to me. That's all right.
all I did was give up my flat and my job to come to London and nurse my father who couldn't. It was either that or put him in a home to die, and I weren't doing that.
That's awful. Absolutely
and I
awful.
nursed him until he died, and he lived in a retirement flat.
Okay.
Once he died, we had to sell the flat and split the money with my sisters, and it
Yeah.
wasn't a lot. And then I rented a house for a year, and then I couldn't afford to pay it, and this is what's happened.
I really do understand what you're saying. Sorry, Frankie. That is absolutely awful.
And I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Now I rent a room, and now I haven't even been able to come.
Thank you very much.
It is hard some days, because some cases where you know that someone is genuine and they don't actually have anything, and the only thing they have is their tiny little car, which means the world to them, but to the claimant it's just money. So sometimes it's really hard, but at the end of the day we're still commanded to collect the money.
It's clear that since her father's illness, Frankie has fallen on hard times. But now it's not only her car she's worried about losing.
If the woman I rent this house comes down and sees this, I'm not even going to have anywhere to live.
That's ridiculous. We can move the vehicle to somewhere where she won't see the recovery.
I don't want her to know anything.
Okay, we'll move the vehicle.
The agents allow Frankie to move her car away from the driveway. But before they call recovery, Max asks her one more time whether she can raise any funds.
There is no way that you can sort this out without us.
But not
Is there?
today.
What way is that?
Well, the only way I can do it is ask my boss or ask my ex, but I can't do it like right now because my brain is just...
You know what? I can see that you're shaky, and I understand.
I'm sorry, I don't know whether I'm coming or going.
That's all right. Don't panic. Take a deep breath and refocus. Have you got a couple of grand in savings?
I had.
What do you have in savings, Frankie?
£2.
Have you got any other assets?
Not anything.
Jewellery, watches?
I'm not one of them people. I just live a simple life. I've never earned the money. We're just normal people that just go to work and live on your wages. We just come from a normal working class loving family. And this is just the worst thing ever. So I'm going to have no car now. I've got nothing, not even on my own bed. I just can't take no more. All I did was look after Dad. Right now I just feel like running away to get him.
I can tell it's a very stressful situation.
When somebody's emotional, it does have a knock-on effect on us, because we can see the situation they're in and how they are, and we still have to try and get through the job. She was a genuine, honest, hard-working person who just had a hard time.
Max and Steve have now been at the property for an hour. Even though the vehicle is only likely to raise half the £5,000 owed, seizing it is the agent's only option. Max calls for recovery.
I've got the keys to the vehicle. The only way to chip off of this debt will be removing the vehicle.
Okay, no problem. Recovery team underway.
Thanks very much for that, John. I think it really is all hitting home now that she's got High Court enforcement agents standing at her door. And unfortunately, after this, there's still going to be an outstanding amount. Taking her vehicle away is not going to help her personal situation. However, we are commanded to look from it from the claimant's point of view. There's always two sides to every story.
While the agents wait for the recovery truck to arrive, Frankie gets on the phone to her ex-partner.
How is she?
She's calmed down a bit. Her ex-partner, he's going to come and finish work and going to come and pick her up and take her off for a few days away from here.
To prevent further distress, Steve wants her to go inside before the recovery vehicle arrives.
I'll try and move the car up the road away from the house for you. You go and have yourself a cup of tea. So, I'm just trying to make sure that you're okay.
As Frankie goes inside to wait for her ex, recovery arrives to remove her car.
It's a shame that we have to do it.
She changed her whole lifestyle to look after her dad, and ever since then, she's slid down and down and down, hasn't she? I've got the keys, or you got keys?
I've got the keys.
Frankie's car will be sold at auction, and the cash raised offset against the debt. The office will contact her to set up a payment plan for the rest of the balance. But if she doesn't keep up with her repayments, the agents will be back. Max and Steve have had to deal with a sensitive situation. But in Matt and Gary's next case...
Oh, you stolen everything there, £3 million.
They meet a businessman at risk of losing everything.
I don't have a home at the moment. I've had a fortune in the past, everything's gone.
Across the UK, people living in rural communities are struggling to make ends meet. Average wages are over £4,500 lower than those in urban areas, a £1,000 increase in the gap since 2010. Matt Highway and Gary Ball are now in Wrexham, North Wales, on their way to a farm to collect over £6,000 owed to an engineering consultancy firm by builder and property developer Michael Brownrigg.
Yeah, we're off to see a Mr. Michael Brownrigg, and he owes £6,611 and 51 pence.
As the agents drive into the property, they meet a vehicle coming the other way.
This might be him, could be.
Hi, sir. Hello, sir. Michael Brownrigg.
I ask who it is?
Yeah, we're High Court enforcement agents. What's your name, sir?
I am Michael.
You are Michael?
Oh, you are Michael?
Oh, yes, sir.
Should we pop back in and have a chat with you about a High Court writ, sir?
This isn't my property here.
Right.
I don't have any property.
But the writ is for this address, sir, so...
Well, the address doesn't belong to me.
You don't know the address, sir? We've not told you the address, have we? So do you know it's not for you when we've not told you an address? Here's the High Court writ, sir. That's your copy. It's £6,611 and 51 pence, sir.
I offered to pay this debt. I accept that.
Okay.
And what I'm going to do is now go to his offices in Chester, and I'm going to go and see him personally.
After first insisting the agents were at the wrong address, Michael now says he has an arrangement to pay off the debt. But the time for informal agreements has come and gone.
Unfortunately, sir, the company you're talking about is taking you to the county court. They've been successful in getting a CCJ against you. It's now been escalated to the High Court for enforcement purposes, which is why we're here.
I don't have any assets. I've got absolutely nothing.
Right, OK. Can you clear this balance, sir?
I can pay you £100 now.
OK.
And that's all I'll be able to pay.
It's a £6,500 debt, sir.
I understand that, but I can make a payment today of £100.
It isn't even going to cover the interest on it, is it?
Knowing his offer won't be accepted by the claimant, the agent's only option is to look for any assets Michael might own that they could seize.
Well, you can't come past there. This is not my ground.
Yes, I can see. I've High Court writ. I can go anywhere in England and Wales. I'm going to be carrying on, OK.
As Michael is listed on the electoral register at the address, the agents have a right to explore the estate.
Well, there's a tractor. A digger, what are they called?
There doesn't seem to be anything of value on the land, so the agents must investigate the contents of the outbuildings.
What's he got in these barns though, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very shifty, isn't it?
Yeah. Just doesn't want to play ball at all, does he?
Michael has followed the agents down to the farm buildings, but he's left his keys in the car.
Hang on, you can't take those keys.
Okay, it's his seized at the moment, sir.
Worth just a few £100s at auction, the car alone won't be enough to cover the £6,500 debt, but it could be a valuable bargaining tool for the agents.
What value we attach to something might not be the same value that the defendant attaches to it. So what we see as, you know, possibly an old car or whatever it may be, in fact to them is worth a whole lot more, and it's worth a lot more to them than it is in monetary value. Well, I'm going to try and get in here. Might be nothing, but...
Boat.
Caravan, a boat, a ride-on mower.
This belongs to Worthing Welsh Water.
After claiming the agents were at the wrong address, Michael now says that the barn and its contents belong to a water business, Worthingbury Welsh Water, and that they're nothing to do with him. Matt and Gary turn detective.
Looks interesting, doesn't it?
Deeds, site plans. You got letters here, Michael, with your name on? It is your property, isn't it, Michael?
It's not my property.
The agents have found paperwork listing Michael as a former director of Worthingbury Welsh Water.
They've got your name on, sir, have they? But this was nothing to do with you earlier.
This is my paperwork.
In a barn that's got nothing to do with you?
Not in a barn.
It looks like a barn to me, sir.
Unless Michael can prove that the items in the barn belong to the water company and not him personally, they could be seized. But there's a problem.
The only thing that's worth anything, mate, in this old place is behind you.
Ah.
Who does this belong to?
That was all part of Worthingbury Welsh Water stuff.
Who does it belong to?
That belongs to the company.
Okay. To the company?
Yeah.
Can he prove it? Because at this point in time, as far as seizable assets go, that's going to be what we're going to be seizing, I think.
Without proof that the water company owns the boat, the agents could seize it. But the situation is clearly beginning to take its toll.
I'm in a bit of a state at the moment. I'm in shock. You just have to excuse me and bear with me.
Okay. What can you pay off this debt today, sir?
All I've got is £100.
Right.
I had not only this one debt, I've got a court order for 80,000. I've got, I think it's 13.5 acres left on this site. Been took off me by the bank. The bank has repossessed it.
Right.
I used to own everything here, £3 million. I've had a fortune in the past. Everything's gone when the recession came.
It seems that Michael used to own a large percentage of the estate, a former farm, and invested thousands here in property development. But hard times have forced him to sell up. And now what little land he has left has been taken into receivership to pay off an additional £80,000 debt.
I understand what you're saying. Listen, Michael, I understand what you're saying, but you also have to understand our job, okay?
I understand that.
Despite Michael's situation, the agents must get this case resolved. And their only option now is to seize the boat. But then, another man arrives at the barn.
Is this gentleman looking for you?
Oh, here he is.
Well, to explain who we are, sir, my name's Mr. Tyler, I'm a High Court enforcement agent.
The man is a property developer. He's interested in buying Michael's land and has come to view it. While Michael takes him to see the land, Gary and Matt check for any other assets they could seize.
We've got 2 old boats, a strip caravan. It's a strange one, isn't it? I think that barn that we've been in is probably the only bit of the farm that he's actually got left. There's literally nothing here to satisfy the debt.
10 minutes later, Michael returns to the barn with some surprising news. The man has offered to buy the land.
My sale's definitely going to go through now. He's paying 90,000 for it. I think the bank's owed about 80. There's 10 left over. By the time they take the fees out, there's enough there to pay. And that's it sorted.
It's a promising development for the agents. But they will still need an immediate down payment and some guarantees on the deal before they can walk away.
So what we need to do is solve this for today, don't we?
Well, I can offer to pay £100 today.
I know you keep saying that, Michael, but that £100 isn't going to be enough, is it?
I've already borrowed as much as I can.
Right.
Off family and everything. I'm in a hell of a state.
I understand things aren't great.
They're great. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, I understand that.
But then suddenly, Michael increases his offer.
I can go and try and find £1,000 now, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I know I'll be able to.
So if I give you your car back, you'll go away and you'll get £1,000.
Yeah.
Matt gives Michael an hour to raise the cash and calls the office to see whether his offer of £1,000 today and the balance when the land is sold off is acceptable to the claimant.
Hi, I'm on the strangest job ever.
But instead of leaving to go and fetch the money, Michael suddenly pulls a large amount of cash from his wallet.
I thought you only said you could have 100 today, sir. You got more in your wallet?
This is to pay someone else, and I'm going to pay it out of this, and I'm not sure how much is here.
Get counting, then.
After claiming he had only £100, Michael has now produced 800.
The amount of times someone's told me that they've not got a penny, but then when push comes to shove and something's about to be lost, suddenly cash starts to appear. So, you know, it's amazing where people can pull money from when there's an issue. It's been accepted, Michael.
Right. Well,
£1,000 today, with a balance by the 1st of December.
The payment plan may have been accepted, but if Michael can't raise the extra £200 he needs, the deal could be off.
Right, may I have my key and I'll go and get you the 200.
There you go. How long will you be?
A couple of hours, I think.
A couple of hours?
I'll be back, but I say an hour.
While the agents wait for Michael to return, Gary puts the boat under a controlled goods agreement. If Michael doesn't pay the balance, the agents will have to seize it.
It's the first boat I ever took control of, to be fair. You get asked for serial numbers and things like that and model of the boat, but you know, I'm from the Midlands. We don't see boats in the Midlands.
45 minutes later, Michael returns with the £200.
That didn't take you 2 hours, did it?
My brain's all over the place.
Well, I hope things improve for you, Michael, and I hope we don't have to come back, mate.
I've always tried to stay positive through everything. As difficult as it may be, but that's what you have to do.
Michael, thank you. I hope things get better for you, mate, all right?
The case is resolved for now. But if Michael doesn't pay the £5,500 he still owes within 30 days, the agents will be back.
Do you think he'll pay, mate? Do you think it'll get sorted?
I think we'll be back here on a Monday morning, getting our boots muddy again.
Do you think?
And he'll have better just head in the sand again. So yeah, I do believe we'll have to be back here in December. Or is that my no faith in humanity?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Over the past 12 years, the number of High Court writs issued in the UK has increased by more than 50%. Nearly 500,000 writs have been issued since the beginning of the decade, resulting in the recovery of over £400 million. Steve Pinner and Max Caraher are back on the road, this time in Romford, Essex, on a very unusual case.
We're off to see the Mayor and Burgesses of the London Borough of Havering in the Town Hall. We're looking to collect £12,413.94.
I don't think they're going to be pleased to see us.
The council were taken to court by a private landlord over damages to a property made by a benefit tenant. The council appealed but lost, and now the agents are here to collect the full amount, plus court costs.
There is a car park at the end. Pay and display. What's the chances of them putting a parking ticket on us today? Okay, let's find a front door.
Let's go round here.
The writ is not against the mayor personally, but Havering Council. So the agents have a right to remove any assets belonging to them if payment isn't made. And it looks like they're in luck.
There's a vehicle just out the front.
I would take that as being the mayor's car.
So would I. That needs to be seized. Hello, Miss. High Court Enforcement Agents. We are here to see the Mayor.
The Mayor?
Yes.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I'd like to see the mayor.
You'll need to make an appointment.
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the mayor.
Okay. The mayor's not always in the building. You'll need to make an appointment. We can try and get hold of...
If you would,
that'd be great, madam. I'm going to take the vehicle if that's all right. Can I have the keys?
While Steve waits for the employees to make some calls, Max goes to clamp the mayor's limousine outside.
There's a vehicle with the mayor's logo on it. We're going to seize that at this moment in time. Havering, London Borough. Some paperwork here. Mayoral request to attend out-of-borough events. Definitely the mayor's vehicle. That's good enough for me.
Clamping the mayor's limousine outside the town hall could be embarrassing for the council. But will it be enough to convince them to pay the £12,000 they owe? High Court enforcement agents Max Caraher and Steve Pinner were at Romford Town Hall, Essex, to collect more than £12,000 owed by the London Borough of Havering to a private landlord.
I have a High Court writ. I'd like to see the mayor.
Okay.
Max clamped the mayor's official limousine in the hope the threat of seizing it would prompt payment.
Havering, London Borough. That's good enough for me.
Now, a council official is trying to work out who the agents need to talk to get the matter resolved.
I need information from you, and I can then go and get the right legal team. So if you can tell me what it's for...
OK, it's not the mayor in person.
No.
It's the mayor and burgesses of Havering.
OK. Can I give you that? You can hold of that. I will have to lock that door, but you can get out that way. I'm literally going to be... I trust you. Yeah. Also, I don't look like I can run, Alright, but you can chase me, I won't be running.
Debt discriminates against nobody. It doesn't matter where you are in life, whether you're on the lowest rung of the ladder or you're at the top of the ladder. Collecting from a large organisation, yes, they're going to have the money. The downside is it's finding the person to sign the cheque or pay the bill, because someone will want a piece of paper to say that they can pay it, someone will want a signature to say that yes, that's okay, the money can go. So that's the difficulty of it.
Minutes later, the official comes back with the council's chief lawyer.
Steve Pinner, High Court enforcement agent. We have a writ in the name of the mayor, not the mayor personally, the mayor as the office. The amount outstanding is £12,413.94p.
All right.
And we are looking to collect that.
Now?
Yes.
All right. The trouble is, it doesn't really tell us what it relates to.
We wouldn't have information about that. We're simply legal enforcement.
Do you mind if I make a few inquiries? Because I've got no idea what this relates to.
Obviously, we're not going to pay you for something we don't know anything about.
You guys do know something about it. It's already tried to be an appeal,
but the people that you're actually speaking to don't know anything about it.
Absolutely. It's a big organisation. Yeah. So, do you mind if I just go down the corridor and make a few inquiries if I can find out? I'll put a file on it.
Fine for me, sir. I'll get the HPI.
While the lawyer makes his inquiries, Max goes out to run a check on the mayor's limousine.
Hello, John, it's Max here. I've got the mayor's vehicle clamped at the moment. Can I run an HPI check on that, please?
Certainly, this is the mayor's vehicle, yeah?
Yep.
Unfortunately, it's on finance.
It's on finance?
It's not good news. The car can't be seized. But now another council vehicle is parked behind it.
John, can I give you another one? There's a vehicle with London Borough of Havering written on it, parked right behind it.
We have white Ford Transit Courier.
Correct.
That's free of finance.
It's free of finance?
We've got an approximation on the value for our purposes of £5,000.
The van is owned by the council and will clear almost half the debt. Max unclamps the limousine and goes to seize it, just as its driver appears from the building.
Sorry, madam, you can't drive off in this vehicle. It's seized at the moment. Okay? Sorry about that. Probably go inside and have another cup of tea. Okay. No, it's nothing to do with parking, madam. Nothing to do with you. Don't worry. It's more the council. So nothing to do with you. Don't feel bad or anything.
20 minutes later, the council's lawyer reappears.
I've made some progress, right, so I know the case is down, now we need to make the payment. Now, in terms of the method of payment, what I can do is get a bank transfer.
That's not a problem. I'll
so
give you the details.
all I just need to do is to get the details where I need to send it to you.
I can give you them, sir. So I'm sure you appreciate we can't take boots off the ground until we know that the money's been transferred.
Yeah, you would need to get confirmation really from the bank.
From our office, yeah. Thank you very much indeed.
The agents must wait for the office to confirm they've received the transfer of funds before they will unclamp the van.
I know having a clamped vehicle outside of the head office isn't ideal, but unfortunately it's nothing you've done whatsoever. But
Max, it's your fault. Yeah. Steve's lovely.
I guess the council should learn to pay their bills on time. Then this wouldn't happen.
You're not a popular chap today, are you?
I'm not, no.
Moments later, the office calls Max.
Hello, Max speaking.
Hi, Max.
It's in?
It's in, yeah.
Excellent. We shall issue a receipt and we can release their clamped vehicle.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your time, Alison.
Bye.
He said if you check, it should have gone through by now.
Just checked, madam. Thank you for that.
Lovely.
We're just doing all the relevant paperwork for it. There's and the copy of the receipt for you.
Thank you.
The council has paid off the debt in full. But as the agents go to release the council van, they spot someone about to get into the mayoral car.
Oh, that's the mayor. Hello there, madam. It's obviously an oversight somewhere along the line.
How embarrassing.
It's now been dealt with.
We're chairing a meeting for Citizens Advice Bureau. Come down and you've got
I hope we haven't ruined your day.
You have. You've made me really late for the next
I do apologise.
You have, and I'm finished now for the day.
Take care. It's all been done, sorted, and that's the end of it.
Photograph of it.
No, I didn't
Oh.
Take care.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
for your time. Take care. Funny how she shows up, just as it's all dealt with.
It's been a successful job for the agents, but they're just about to find out it's not only the council who need to pay their way.
Just nicked you.
Oh, he ain't, has he?
Oh, he hasn't.
Oh!
Unbelievable. Hello, sir. You've just given us a parking ticket.
Yes, I did, sir. Unfortunately,
We're here with a High Court writ.
I've been called here saying check around for vehicles that apparently been parked here without paying a paying display.
Okay.
I came around, checked. This is the only vehicle that I found. Unfortunately, everybody has to pay a ticket.
Okay, that's not a problem. I got a parking ticket at the end of that, and I suppose that's karma, really. So, yeah, you win some, you lose some. You like us doing your job. I don't have a problem with that.
Two more families from either end of the wealth divide swap lives for 7 days. The result is Rich House Poor House, new tomorrow at 9. Next though, trust issues destroyed one couple, but could a night of plain honest talk and help build them back up again? It's new One Night with My Ex.